that is NERC, reveals September report on national grid. Barrister Darlington, on Saturday again, it collapsed again. Omalule. And then electricity cheaper in Nigeria than neighboring African countries. This is according to TCN. I'm coming to that gist of Barrister Darlington. You know that where they won't give in Benin Republic, but then in those places we hear that they don't take light. How come people that we give light, they don't take light in those places, but in our place they take light? Okay. Incessant grid collapse, Barrister Darlington. Finally, NEC fixes October 24 for public hearing. Everybody come and talk your own. No, if you know why our collapse is collapsing. Our grid is collapsing up and down. No, but let's go to other issues. Federal government will end farmer herder clashes in Plateau soon. Defense minister in Benue State. Some people died over the weekend. Barrister Darlington, did you hear that one? Okay, all right. Anti-graft war. You are feeling the heat. EFCC mocks critics. Say those of them criticizing us, people are feeling the heat. We're dealing with you people very well. Then go on. Nigeria's Winston Churchill. I envy him. Obasanjo says so. Interesting. You like that, right?
Who? Sacrifice.
Obasanjo. Okay. And then there is a developing story about Dangote refinery in court seeking annulment of import licenses to NNPCL and others. Barrister Darlington will begin with the story. This will be after the break, Leaguers. Welcome to the show. This is the Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People FM. Let's take a quick breather. I'll return and begin to dissect these and other issues after the break.
From the views on the streets, we go to bed empty hunger, to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space. Exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television. Truly a voice for the people.
Evening Rush with Pressures. Featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation? And then what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations. Critical analysis.
What is wrong with us 200 million people? We can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP, it's not an oil-dominated.
To agree.
So like what's going on here?
You caught that again, right?
I saw that.
On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3. Voice of the People FM. Lagos. Now you have a voice. Yes, Lagos, now you do have a voice. 90.3 Voice of the People FM. 15 minutes past 7 p.m. from our studio right here. Let's get started immediately, shall we? Okay, so we'll begin with this. Dangote refinery has approached the Abuja branch of the Federal High Court seeking to annul the import licenses granted to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Matrix Petroleum Services Limited, and AA Rano. Now, Dangote in the petition informed the court that the NNPCL and the above-mentioned companies obtained the license to import petroleum products, that is to bring petroleum products, despite the production of AGO and Jet A that exceeds the current daily consumption of petroleum products in Nigeria by the Dangote refinery. That is, we then here they produce the one way pass waiting all everybody for Nigeria need, and then they ask for permission to import more products. So I beg court, stop that. Now Dangote refinery's case, the Dangote refinery 600 billion naira in damages from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA. Furthermore, the Dangote refinery alleged that the NMDPRA has been improperly granting import licenses to the companies for the importation of petroleum products, including AGO, and Jet A fuel into Nigeria. So when you have known that we can produce this thing, and then you're still granting people licenses to import AGO and fuel into Nigeria. Okay, so the NMDPRA, NNPCL, Ayim Shafa Limited, AA Rano Limited, Time Petroleum Limited, 2015 Petroleum Limited, and Matrix Petroleum Services Limited are all named as defendants. Now, lawyer to Dangote Refinery, Ogu James Onoja San, wants the court to determine that the NMDPRA is purportedly contravening sections 317, subsection 8 and 9 of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, by granting licenses for the importation of petroleum products where we go fit produce. Now, the Dangote Refinery said that such licenses ought only to be granted to the firms solely in situations where there is a shortage of petroleum products. The refinery demanded that the court recognize the NMDPRA is failing to fulfill its mandated duties under the PIA by not supporting local refineries like Dangote Refinery. So may the court hold the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority responsible for not living up to the tenets of the PIA by supporting or not supporting local refineries. It expressed worries that the import licenses issued to other companies by the NMDPRA for the importation of AGO, talk for a year, the first have no pay them. Now the AGO and the Jet A1 are severely hindering the plaintiff's operations, in which it has invested substantial financial resources amounting to billions of US dollars. The Dangote Refinery said it observed that its products have been significantly overlooked as a result of the purported action taken by the NMDPRA. Barrister Darlington, are you hearing this? Dangote said the NMDPRA has threatened to enforce a 0.5% levy on the refinery concerning wholesalers and off-takers, along with another 0.5% levy on wholesale transactions direct to the Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Fund. As stated in a letter dated June 10, 2024, it said the course of action contradicts statutory provisions that regulate such levies. Barrister Darlington. So in other words, if we pay these plenty levies, bottom line, how do people who buy from us survive the market? Is this a fear of importation of products being a bit cheaper than locally refined products? If that is the case, what is the reason why locally refined products cannot actually be more affordable, which is what we've been agitating for? Barrister Darlington, what is going on? What's this politics going on in the petroleum industry?
It is very obvious. Dangote is trying to protect his business or his interests. And he is basing his action on the PIA Act.
So is it correct if he did that?
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah, they said that's why local content. In fact, the purpose of the PIA is
to encourage local content.
Good.
So modular refineries and all that were also captured, right, Barrister Darlington? I beg, no vex. How many modular refineries do we have?
Right now, it's the one at Edo and Ohaji in Imo State. That's the one that they are commissioned, that are supposed to be functional, but I don't know how functional they are. Because the last time I checked, they said they have not been giving crude. They have not been giving crude.
So all this, my brothers in Rivers State doing profile up and down. Why can't we? That's what we call it in Rivers State. So why can't we perhaps refine them and teach them a better way to handle the business?
No, they are going to undermine other regulated and licensed refineries. There's no need to, because of the environmental factor and all that. If you license all of them, how many refineries will you have in those areas? They may be up to 20. And that's environmental hell for those people. So that's why the government is not keen in, those things that they are doing in a very crude manner and all that. So let's face Dangote. Precious.
Sir?
Have you seen it that we are our own problem? Have you seen that there is something fundamentally wrong about Nigeria? We don't value our own. Forget it. If Dangote can be having such a running battle with a first class, a world class product that he has, imagine what other smaller, So that has been the way of Nigerian government. You know that importation gives them money. Precious, get it right. Some people don't want to leave this importation because of what? The subsidy they are getting. Who told you that those people are going to do all those things with their own money? No. Go and check at the end because it's the government that gave them license. So they have a court inside. If not, why would you be doing such a thing when we have excess here? When we have excess. Look, I will advise Dangote, I don't even need him to go to court and waste time and money. Let him be exporting this thing outside here. It's as simple as that. Let him be, because tomorrow the same government will say that Dangote is not patriotic, that Dangote is sabotaging the economy. You are forcing him to be selling this thing outside. By the time he begins to do that now, the same government will clamp down on him and say, no, we are not supposed to be doing this when we have not certified local content, a local need. You are now taking it outside. The man has been trying so hard to be patriotic here, but the government doesn't want to encourage him. So, instead of waiting until the court matter is over, let him begin to export his product. It's as simple as that. There's no other alternative. He cannot drink it. And the thing cannot be lying there in dormant. He has to sell it so that he can make his money. The government is the killer of business, the killjoy. Why haven't they been doing this before now? Now that this man have started rolling out, look at it. Apparently, Dangote did not want to play ball. If Dangote have agreed to play ball, that's what the federal government was saying that, look, since we have excess here, there's no need wasting foreign exchange to go and import fuel. We have this and that. So go there, go and buy and sell. The government can do that, but they don't want to do it because apparently the Dangote is not playing ball. It's as simple as that. Even if you want to drive down price, it's not through this means.
So Barrister Darlington, why this is a bit troubling is because just last week or last 2 weeks, the Minister for Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, had said that the Dangote refinery has now has given it the exclusivity or the exclusive right for the importation of jet A fuel. For the distribution of jet A fuel. So the refinery has that exclusivity now. So how can one person have exclusive right to give to produce or to market or get jet A fuel? Then people still have licenses to bring in the same product.
Exactly. That will tell you that is it. That is the contradictions in your government. They don't do things in a way that you can shake your head and say, yes, this is transparency in action. Why will you say exclusive right? Then you are giving people license to bring in the same product. And look at the companies they selected. Go and check. They all have political connections. Go and check all of them. They all have political connections. Yes, now, you think they'll give it to anybody? No, it's not possible. You and I know that. Go and check the owners of those companies. That's the issue here. So we have never wanted to move forward in life. It's like we are.
Barrister Darlington on public radio.
It's true now. That. Can't you see what is going on, President? What are you saying again? Can't you see? The man is the man that we have hope on is crying now that the product he made all the effort on this set to produce. The government doesn't want to buy them again. Is that progress? No, please, President, tell me, is that progress? For the man to have gone to court, that will tell you how serious it is. Apparently, he had been talking and talking. Nobody wants to listen. Is that not why he went to court? So tomorrow now, another problem will start. Then some people who don't understand the issue, they will find a way to blame Dangote. Say, Dangote, you are not patriotic. You are not this. You are not that. If you look at the percentage of tax involved, so my dear, the problem of Nigeria is the government. They don't want to do the right thing. It's as simple as that. The government, the federal government don't want to do something, the right thing. From economy to politics to the terrorism or to... They are the one. Let them do the right thing. It's there on their table. Let them do the right thing. That's all. If they fail to do the right thing, they should not blame the people. It's as simple as that.
So, let's go straight to security now, since you mentioned that the Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, has expressed federal government's determination to end the recurring former header conflict in Plateau State. And the minister expressed regrets that despite the efforts of both the government and security agencies to nip the clashes in the bud, some elements were hell-bent on fomenting trouble. Now, Badaru spoke just yesterday Sunday during a reconciliatory meeting with opinion leaders, traditional rulers, and religious leaders from Berekinladi, Bokus, Mangu, and Riyom local government areas of the state at the Maxwell Kobe Cantonment, 3 Division, Nigerian Army League, Jos. He said that the federal government was highly disturbed that some people wanted to disrupt the current farming season, describing the clamor for partitioning of communities according to ethno-religious alignment as a recipe for disaster. He described that partitioning. Say this someone I want partition communities due to their ethno-religious, based on how people where they from come and their religion, saying a recipe for disaster. Now the federal government will, quoting him, he said the federal government will not entertain such demand capable of causing division and disaffection among Nigerians. Therefore, living together is not an opinion, but an obligation. This is evident in Mr. President's firm resolve to fight any secessionist agenda in any part of the country. But President Linton, with all that is going on, the people of the Middle Belt, the Plateau, the Benue people have been worse hit with such attacks when you hear of farmers' headers clashes. And some of these people have also claimed that some of their villages have been taken over after they have deserted their villages because of such attacks. And some of them are yet to come back to their villages till date. Some of those villages, rumors have it that may have even been renamed. But the federal government is saying that no matter what you do, you must stay together. Based on what the Minister for Defense, Atiku Baduru said, Abubakar Baduru said. So how do you think the federal government is likely to resolve this issue? If people are being forced to stay together without fashioning ways for them to live together.
In fact, what they are even trying to do is the real recipe for disaster. I'm telling you. Even the Bible says, can the two work together except they agree? How do you force people to live together when you know very well that it is not going to end well? If it is a peaceful people, you can say, okay, maybe with time their anger will blow over. But this is the people who came from outside Nigeria.
How so, sir?
Yes, they invaded Nigeria from outside. That's why they are taking people's home, because they don't have a home. They are marauders. I mean, somebody who have a home, why do you leave your home to come and take my home? I mean, is it not logical here? If those people have a home, why would they occupy other people's home and they are staying there? So what happened to their own home? Is that not a very serious question to ask? So the man that he said they should live together, on what ground? On what ground? You can see now that at every point in time, these people exploit every situation to impose their will on everybody. Why is it that it is always people that want to take people's land? Because ab initio, they don't even have a land. So you cannot even take any of their own land because they don't have a land. You can see now. They don't have a land. So if the man wants to solve the problem, it is not through this thing he's saying, because more problem is coming. Remember, that was how we warned them about local government financial autonomy. They didn't listen. Now look at what is going on. That thing he's saying cannot solve the problem. I'm not joking. It can never solve that problem. Rather, he's looking for a way to give some people upper hand in this matter. Because the people that have gone, how do you say that they are clashing with farmers who have ordinary hoe and shovel to till the ground? What do you use to farm in is it not to hoe? Shovel, maybe dig and all that. Is that what they are used to clash with people who carry AK-47? You can see even this statement that the farmer had that clash. I have never believed in it because that is not true. It's not true. When you clash with somebody, you must be equal in strength and everything. It's like when two football teams are inside the field, they clash. You have 11 here, you have 11 the other side. By struggling with the ball, they clash on equal basis. But how do you say somebody with AK-47 is clashing with, even sometimes these people have no arm on them, nothing? How is that a clash? To tell you that the federal government is not even sincere in this matter. They have not decided, they have don't want to solve this problem. That's why they are giving it all manner of nomenclature. This is not a clash, this is ethnic cleansing.
So Barrister Darlington, speaking about this cleansing, a particular community-based group, a forum of Tioshim academics in Benue State, has complained that just that particular community said they've lost about 500 people between 2011 to 2023. 500 human beings to these attacks, to what they call headsman attack. How is it that we're almost helpless about the situation? You know what played out between the Benue State, former Benue State governor, and the former president, Muhammadu Buhari? And as a matter of fact, right now, some Benue State lawmakers are now asking for the implementation of, exactly, the open grazing law. You understand? So, but it looks like these attacks are unending.
It is because the government is encouraging it. I've said it. The government is encouraging this nonsense. Because if they are not encouraging these people, then let another ethnic group try this thing they are doing. The particular ethnic group involved. Let another person try it and see how government will react. You see what I'm telling you, that it is this injustice that is causing problem. And government is the chief culprit here. Why do you give people who are not from Nigeria upper hand against your own Nigeria, your own people?
How are they not from Nigeria, President?
Well, I've been telling you that they were invited to invade us. You were here. You were here when somebody said they went all over the place to invite them to come to Nigeria and help them win the election. Since that time, have they gone back? It is what they agree that they are demanding for. They told Buhari and El-Rufai that they will take Nigeria and the sovereignty of Nigeria. So since you did not give them, they want to take it by force. Or is that not a fact? If they are Nigerian, why would they be making such a demand? Tell me. If they are Nigerian, why would you not go and invite them from outside? So the facts are there. Nobody can hide it again. I remember, was it not in 2017 or so? Elder statesmen in Nigeria from the Middle Belt, Southeast, Southwest, and they came together. People like Edwin Clark, Padebanjo, and others. They came together and they sued Buhari for 50 billion naira because they said it's the cause of insecurity in Nigeria. They took him to court. Those elderly men, are they joking? For them to take that action, they listed all the things he did in office, all the things that they pointed at him. Precious, is that a joke? Why is it that nobody is talking about it? We left the leprosy that is one of we are chasing shadow. This thing will not leave us. In the next 50 years, this insecurity will be with us. Precious, go and mark my word. I'm not joking. Because the federal government of Nigeria doesn't want it to end. All this thing that we are going to end it, they don't want to use it to congratulate Gowon on his birthday. Nothing else. They are going to end it. Is it only in Plateau that we are having insecurity? What's the word? Farmer header class, according to them. Other regions, it's only in Plateau they want to end it. Then what happened to other regions? My dear, they don't want to end this thing. Let them say it clearly and stop pretending. After all, the arms they bought for them is what they are now selling to those terrorists. Is it not any essay that said it? He said it. That the arms Nigerian government bought, that the Nigerian army and the police are selling it to bandits, to terrorists. So, with this type of attitude, do you think that they want this thing to end? Only God knows what they want to do with those the money they collected from these people for selling it to them. Only God knows. What are they doing with the money? So it's unfortunate, seriously. It's where we find ourselves. It's unfortunate. And one of the reasons why these people cannot do it because they don't have the face to face these terrorists and say, thank you for doing business with you. You can go back. They can't use them and dump them. Now that's the issue here. They can't use them and dump them. And they cannot face them and say, okay, we are going to. No, they can't because they know what they did. They have confessed. After all, this term told you, he said it openly that one of you gave us this business we are doing. He said it openly. Two of us. At a point, they wanted to kidnap Buhari and the Aerofy because they claim they are hypocrites. So when you see all these facts, what else are you looking for? Precious, what evidence are you looking for again? Every time we are fighting insecurity, without looking at the even the 400 names they gave them from Dubai. Why is somebody sitting on it? Meanwhile, they want to end insecurity. Can you imagine? A foreign government love us so much that they had to do the investigation. They have compiled all the names and they saw everything. And to help us, they gave us their names and their distance. Yet you start on it, and then every day somebody will tell me we are fighting insecurity, we want to end it, we are going to end it. Tomorrow they will give another person promise. Maybe when one other statesman want to do bad, they go to say, you see this insecurity, we are going to end it. They forgot that they made a promise to go on.
All right, so now that you've mentioned the former military head, Yakubu Gowon, the former president of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, has continued to pay tribute to General Yakubu Gowon, Nigeria's former head of state, describing him as a celebrated leader and likening him to the late British Prime Minister Winston Churchill.
In what way?
Now, speaking at the African Biblical Leadership Initiative conference in Abuja today, Monday, Obasanjo praised Gowon's exceptional leadership, and noted that few leaders receive recognition during their lifetime. His remarks underscored Gowon's lasting impact on Nigeria. Okay. So Obasanjo, lamenting the decline in global leadership standards, warned against state actors meddling in crucial matters without a deep understanding of the implications. He called for a visionary and ethical leadership in Africa, stating that only a few leaders are appreciated in their lifetime. General Gowon, I envy you because you are appreciated while still alive. That too is the grace of God in your life. And you are like Winston Churchill. And so people said, oh, Winston Churchill is a former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom that led the UK to, Britain rather, to the Second World War, and they came back victorious. So, sir?
Did you fight the Second World War here? You know, Obasanjo's case is very funny, Precious.
But President, remember that sometime in February, Gowon had said, military head of state Gowon had said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go ahead and crush secessionist and all those because he did it, and that people thought he was slow, but surely he made everyone, he did it, and he fought everyone to their steel, as it were. So do you know if he's within that angle? Because
that's why you said that he's like
Winston Churchill. That's what I'm asking, because Nigerians would like to understand, and we're here to educate them. Yes, so let's understand the relationship between a Winston Churchill and a former head of state.
Unfortunately, Obasanjo is not a good student of history. If he's a good student of history, Gowon should be facing prosecution at ICC.
How do you mean, sir?
Because he committed pogrom. He didn't go to any war. He committed an act of pogrom. That war was clearly avoidable. In fact, it was clearly avoided, but Gowon, because of his naivety, because of uninformed, because of his timidity, he was intimidated into going into that war.
How do you mean?
Because there was an Aburi Accord that would have saved us all those problems. He went to Ghana and signed an Aburi Accord with Ojukwu. That accord would have ended the whole matter. He came back to Lagos. Some people now shouted at him, why do you want to do this? People like Mano Wasiodu or not so they them, super permanent secretaries, who claim that they know more than God. They told him, don't agree. They started brainwashing him. And for that, they go on to renege on the agreement. And Ojukwu said, on Aburi I stand. Of course, the rest is history. Besides, this same Gowon betrayed his Oga. Gowon was an ADC to Agui Ironsi. In military law, it is, in fact, it is betrayal for you to be alive as an ADC and your guy is dead. It's not hard off. Before they get your guy, you would have died. Rather.
So people have to take the bullets for their bosses.
That is why you are the ADC. Aid the camp. You cannot be alive and your guy is dead and you are it's not possible. What are you saying? This man who died for Babangida in Niger State, who was his aid camp? Of course, when was all kind of people were coming, of course, he had to face them, and they took him out. That is the work of an ADC. You cannot be alive and your guy is dead. It's a betrayal. You can't even explain it anywhere. You cannot, because you'll be standing right beside your at every point in time. That's why you are the ADC. If there is anything that is coming, you will face it first. But this man betrayed his Oga. He betrayed him, and that was why they made him a replacement to Agui Ironsi as an ADC when his senior officers are there. Okay, you fought to keep Nigeria together. Is Nigeria together now? Precious, is Nigeria together? So the man should be apologizing to Nigeria for what he did. He was the one that plunged Nigeria into that war by reneging on a promise he made to save Nigeria from going into war. And now people are praising him. You can imagine. People are praising him. Do you see how they distort history? But they cannot deceive some of us. We know better. Okay, Gowon is a what he fought for? Did he succeed? Why is his one particular region, the Plateau, say, why is it in turmoil now? The same people that made him to go and crush Igbos according to him, are they not the one now trying to crush his own people? Or is it Igbos that are crushing them in Plateau? No, let Gowon come and answer me. Is it Igbos that invited terrorists to invade Plateau State? He crushed Igbos. He has failed. Let him admit it. Even his Nigerian praise, with all his prayer, did God answer him? If God has been answering Gowon, Nigeria will not be like this. He was the one that formed ECOWAS. Is ECOWAS in unity today? 3 countries have left ECOWAS. Telling them good readers to buy rubbish. So where exactly did the Gowon succeed? That somebody will call it Winston. Go and read the history of Winston Churchill and tell me where you can compare him with Gowon. Gowon even know his deficiency. So that was why after the war, after they threw him out in 1976 by Moritala, he had to go back to school to go and correct the deficiency in him. He corrected when he went to War Week, he read to go and read political science. I'm sure with that inside, he should be doing a retrospective, thinking by now. He should be telling Nigerians, I'm sorry for what happened. No. When they were going to bury Ojukwu when he died, he made a statement that Ojukwu, what Ojukwu was fighting was right. He said it. Because I remember an article that attracted his attention. And he called me through his aide, who is an Igbo man, that I will help him to do research on a book he's writing about Biafra and all that. And for that reason, When during his 80th birthday, he invited me. I was the youngest of all the 1,000 people that came to that Abuja whatever. I still keep in touch with his this thing. So Gowon failed. I wish he would release that book so that he would tell us all the life.
But Barrister Darlington, was he not? I think Colonel Sani Bello, that was his ADC at that time. Was he Gowon?
Who? Gowon was Aguirre-Rosi's ADC.
I thought. But there was also a place of Colonel Sani Bello.
Maybe it was Gowon's ADC, but the real ADC of Aguirre was Gowon. He betrayed his oga. That was why Ojukwu even didn't want to obey him, because Ojukwu said that Gowon is his junior, was his junior in the army, that he cannot obey his junior. Ojukwu refused. That was unless Brigadier Ogundigbe took over from Gowon, from Aguirre-Rosi, or he knows what happened to Aguirre-Rosi, he will not obey his junior in the army. That was the division here. And the Ojukwu was right. Ojukwu was right. Is that not what happened? Gowon forgot all this. I was thinking he would write that history. I pray he will write that history. Let me see what he's going to, how he's going to justify all that happened. He's telling us he crossed. Precious, I am telling you authoritatively. If not that the three world powers joined the federal side, that war wouldn't have ended the way it ended, even with the money they took and the blockade. It was when America saw where Biafra was coming from. They now team up and say, look, if we allow this black nation, they will overthrow us. When they see what the Biafran scientists were doing with military hardware, they were shocked. That was why they teamed up with federal government to crush Biafra. And now Gowon is claiming victory. Were you not told that the Biafran troops are already at here? And Gowon was preparing to run to the north. Was it not what happened? Until Awolowo will tell the Banjo, no, what's it called? Yoruba land will not be a theater of war, and started speaking language for him. Instead of Ojukwu to send Madebo, he sent the Banjo. Because if it was Madebo would have told him, I don't hear Yoruba. That's not why I was sent here. Banjo started listening to Baba Ekushe, Baba Motigo, and the rest is history. He now went back to Benin to go and form his own kingdom there, and raised down to Benin and caused the famous Asaba massacre. Is Gowon not aware of this? That's what I'm saying. Is he not supposed to apologize for all these things, especially for the nudging on Aburi Accord? And now Obasanjo is praising him. Praising him for what? Precious. Was there any time the Igbos rose up and said we are leaving Nigeria? You saw what happened. You saw what happened for a coup that was not even an Igbo coup. They started massacring Igbo all over the place.
The 1966.
Yes.
But it's still known as famously as the Igbo coup.
But that's the propaganda. This thing they are doing now to distort history. That's what I'm telling you. It's the same thing they are doing now. After all, this is started from 1964 election in the Southwest here. The Wild West. Was it the Igbos? But they must find a way to put it on the head of the Igbos. I said they were 260 military officers of Igbo extraction were massacred in 3 days. Some were killed on the road, some were killed in their bedroom, some were killed in the office. Just shoot aside. All because of what? Envy, jealousy, and wickedness. Is there any other thing? Because before that time, the Igbos were in the commanding height of both economy, business, education, and all that. And Igbo man was the first university chancellor of Unilag, and that of Ibadan. Was it not on merit? Precious, was it not on merit? As to say they imposed themselves or not? No, it was purely on merit. Whatever the Igbos were at that time that attracted them, was it not on merit? How do you now compare with these other people who are now imposing themselves on you, and who did not merit it? They just use gun and say, yes, you must do our bidding. How do you justify it? Compare notes now. And it was that time that Nigeria was almost a world power. Go and check the record of that period. It's not as if the Igbos were, they were using, they were arrogant or something. They were doing things to better Nigeria. It's on record. Everywhere they are, they were making things that were adding value. Instead of our fellow brothers in Nigeria to say, okay, oh,
so Barrister Darlington, you know that thing you said about Agui Ironsi and his ADC. I am fact checking you now, and what I am seeing here is the fact that it's Lieutenant Colonel Sani Bello.
No, they want to distort history here. They want to let the governor come and say he's not. They want to distort history.
So are you saying that what we're seeing here is wrong?
He's the ADC. Maybe in between time.
We're on public radio, so we need to inform people properly, sir. So that's why
I said in between time, Sani Bello came into the picture. But originally, it was Gowon who was the ADC.
Because Sani Bello even gave an account of how Gowon died and how he was with him and Adekunle Faji and how they were taken away and all that. In fact, he said that Gowon was killed, that Agui Ironsi was killed, rather.
Killed how?
He gave a detailed analysis of the conversation.
He was killed.
That is not what I'm going to explain here on the show.
Where was he killed? Was it not at Abeokuta?
Yes.
It was at Abeokuta.
And they were taken to a war, something like that at some point.
Good. But you see, when people want to play game with history, that's what they do. Precious, are you aware that they told you that the Igbos were caused by what's it called? By Tafawa Balewa? Are you not aware? After all, what's his name? Tunde Bakare, when he was campaigning for election, he said that he has come to remove the court placed on the Igbos, where. And now said, Mr. Man, please go and read your history. Where did Tafawa Balewa call the Igbos? These are part of what you don't know how they distorted history to make you look bad. You don't know how far these people are going in propaganda. Thank God the men with conscience have written books. Go and read Alabi Isama's book, The Tragedy of Victory. Or you go and read the Why We Stop, The Fact Measures. Go and read all those books. Thank God these are military who took part in what happened. Because when you don't read them, you won't know the facts.
Okay.
So everybody can come and tell you stories. They will come and tell you stories and you believe it. That's why we are trying to correct this propaganda that Tafawa Balewa said the no Igbo man they should not. For what? Pressure for what? I told you here that Tafawa Balewa was not even shot by one single bullet or any knife went through his body. He died as an asthma patient when he was running. Nobody killed him. He died of asthma. And yet, look at what they said. They killed him. They do this. Yet they cannot substantiate this propaganda, this falsehood, all because they want to make the Igbos look bad. Look at someone say he crashed the Igbos, and you are jumping up. You cross the Igbos. Within your conscience, are you telling the truth?
All right, so Barrister Darlington, let's quickly move to other.
God said you fight our battles.
Barrister Darlington, let's move to other issues.
The thing that is going on there now, was it the Igbos that caused it? Don't you think it's the anger of God? No, what is going on in the north now, and even in that plateau that Gowon belongs to? Is it the Igbos that caused it? That is God's revenge. Barrister
Darlington, we're moving on to other issues now. As much as you're entitled to your opinion, but let's kindly keep it very civil because on public radio. So the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has revealed a fact sheet on its operational performance for September. So it was reported that the third time in 1 week, the national grid collapsed again on Saturday. So the NERC said Saturday's grid collapse was a result of a current transformer explosion. Now, despite huge investment in the power sector, the national grid collapsed about 105 times under the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari. 105 times within the last 9 years. 105, not 5 times. Now, the NERC on Monday on its X handle revealed a fact sheet on its operational performances for September. It read that this fact sheet contains operational performance data of grid-connected power plants for September 2024. For additional information, reports NERC orders and regulations visit. They said the fish there. So people have been worried, like, wait, so this thing is really true. Oh, by the way, they have also said that they will conduct, in fact, they fixed a date for October 24. That is on Wednesday, if I remember. Let me check the date for October 24. October 24 will be on Thursday. October 24 to conduct an investigative public hearing to address the incessant grid collapse. So that October 24, Barrister Darlington, you and I will go out and come and talk how we'll address this issue. But meanwhile, concerning the increase in fuel, in electricity tariff that Nigerians are always talking about, the transmission company of Nigeria has boasted that the cost of energy in Nigeria is more affordable than several neighboring African countries. This is despite the recent hike in electricity tariff in the country. Now, the hike, which took effect from April 3rd, 2024, saw the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, raised cost of consumers receiving at least 20 hours of power supply classified under Band A. And they're still increasing. But they said, that other countries, like Benin Republic, all these other places, the Togo, that their power is more expensive than ours. But Barrister Darlington, one thing, we, Nigeria, we hear that we provide lights for some of these neighboring countries. In fact, there was a time we heard that Ghana was even owing Nigeria.
Of course, $7 million. Yes.
So, Barrister Darlington, most of these countries, even to Niger Republic, remember when we cut them off during the coup? But they don't take light in their place the way they take light here. They have good electricity supply. So how is it that we chop food remain for you? You chop belly food pass us, we give you the food. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible because that one is on contract. You don't want to breach the contract.
So should we not have sufficient before we even give people in the first place?
That when you are playing Big Brother, that's
Big Brother Nigeria.
That's how you play Big Brother. And those people will be thinking that it is well with us here. That's why we have to give them light. Can you imagine? That is the deceit we are talking about. Anybody that telling you that they pay higher this in the please, God Almighty, the standard of living, the what's it called now? The number of people there. What's the population of Benin, Burkina Faso, Niger? What's their population? Precious, can you just tell me? So when you add all these things, are you using to compare it with Nigeria? The answer is no. You see, whenever they make this comparison, it's so annoying. Even their purchasing power is, a lot more. I am telling you. So
considering the present circumstances,
are you not aware now that their safer
is now higher than your naira?
Yeah. You see, in Nigerians, are you listening to your government? Can you see? They don't compare all those things, so they will not. They will not. They will tell you they are paying higher, this and that. What is the standard of living, even though they are a French colony? Look at their currency. I told you my gate man left because he said, look, our money no do anything for him again. He walked away. I told you here. And these people will not see all those things. They will don't why you are paying higher. Look at the fraud even involved in this electricity tariff. Because the National Assembly told them, don't continue to do this until we look at matters are in court. Yet Adelabu is still collecting this money. All because you and I, we have sold our rights. We don't even know our rights. Do you know that if they disconnect your light today, NEPA will be paying you 1,000 naira for each day that light, that your wire is.
Is it a law?
Is that what I tell you? Are you not aware?
And then why do we not practice that law?
I didn't tell you that you have sold your rights. You don't know your rights. I told you that you don't know your rights. You don't. That's why I told the 90% of what Nigerians are suffering is that of ignorance. Pressure.
So if they disconnect our lights for each day, NEPA will pay me 1,000 naira. And because electricity tariff has increased, that money should be 10,000 naira by now.
Are you telling me? They did it to one man and converted it over $1 million. They converted it to his bill.
They paid him.
I said they converted it to his bill. That's it.
Oh wow.
People don't know their rights in Nigeria. That is my worry. Each time we come here and talk, they don't take us here because we are not in government. I'm not a minister. We are telling them what is on ground. They know. Go and read the Electricity Act. Go and read it. They won't allow you to know the truth. That's the truth.
So, Barrister Darlington, that means this thing that some of us are providing our own transformers, we're providing our own meters.
It is illegal.
Your meter that is expired now, have you bought it?
For where? They even said that they should replace that meter. The federal government said they should.
Is it not government that's supposed to replace the meter you pay?
The federal government said you should replace that meter. They should replace it.
So why are they not replacing it? Why are people buying meters by themselves?
Ask me.
Well, even government has said it once that it is not your responsibility to buy meters.
Good.
So why? But President Ellington, if you begin to wait for them, it will be like you're waiting for Godot, because you wait and be paying estimated billing.
And now,
you say how much did they charge you estimated billing that year?
135,000
for 1 month. Last month. Only you.
135
in your flat like this.
My own this meter expired. I've done everything, fulfill all the righteousness. I bring meter, no way. They have borrowed money twice for meter for Nigeria. Borrowed money. They have borrowed money to provide meters. But they will not provide that meter because they prefer the estimated bill.
But I would like to know whether Obowo Kingdom, do they live in your house in Lagos State? Because there must be a reason why they looked at you and charged you 135,000 naira.
Have I even seen them? Did they know me? They don't know where I live. They just come.
So why would they give you that kind of amount?
They just look at you and see all the people in the city. Oh yeah, take. That's what they do.
What do you have in your house?
You are asking me as if they come to my house to do energy audit. Ew. They don't look at you as long as you are in estimated billing. They don't allocate.
So assuming is a face me, I face you one house for your security man, the person will pay that same amount of money. How would they survive it?
You will now go and talk. They say, okay, you bring 50,000 or 100,000. But if they bring meter, they will put that inside your meter. You must pay it. If you don't pay, you will not recharge. So you can see how they are extorting money from you, precious. I once asked you here, I said, how can any citizen be happy with a government that is doing this to him or her? How? Patriotism. Talk good of your country. Do this for your country. The country is sucking your blood. And you still want that person to be patriotic.
But Barrister Darlington now, the former governor of Rivers State and Minister for Power, FCT, has said that it is okay that if you earn up to 1.5 million, pay your tax, 25%. Because it is from this tax that government will use and do the good work that you're demanding for. But even though Nigerians have a problem with that and are asking that, the ones who've been paying before,
precious,
what have they been doing with it? Barrister Darlington, are you aware now that there is another tax of 5% that will be built on all telecommunications that is being revisited again? You remember it was suspended during Buhari's regime. It's now being revisited again. So but people are saying all this tax, no problem, but do we have pipe on water? Tell me one place, one house that is with water. Shebi you do, if it's yendeba, if you do small, if you take small tax, you give us more results. When we see the results, it will not ginger our swagger to pay more tax again, so that you will, we'll see more results, Abi. But all the tariffs that have gone high, the removal of fuel subsidy, they said that it's to give us development. We'll get good roads, we'll build good hospitals with the money from the subsidy money, we'll get good electricity, we'll get good schools. Barrister Darlington, I don't know how many you can count we've gotten from that. And then electricity tariff now that is increased, the money, where is it going to? And then with all these other taxes, remember that
they gave you minimum wage.
Let me keep quiet.
And the NLC will take Boza. Because they gave them 70,000 that cannot buy a bag of rice. Can you imagine? Pressure, you are going far. Are you not aware when they borrowed money, 1.5 billion naira, $1.5 million to repair Port Harcourt refinery? Where is the refinery now? Before that, they have borrowed another 1.4 billion dollars to do what?
But Barrister Darlington, we're borrowing another one. I think $500 million now. I want to use it for, I think, basic education or something.
And then that irrigation or whatever. I said, those refiners, they borrowed $2.9 billion. Where is it?
Okay, Barrister.
The one for Warri is even one pay. They say they want to build a seaport in Warri. They borrowed $3 billion from China. Your brother Amechi confirmed that they are getting the money. Please go there. Even Kenu cannot, they don't even see where to
he has to be my brother.
Is it not Amechi? I am telling you how these people are so wicked. They don't want things to move forward in this country. It's not as if they don't know. They know who took this money. They know how they share this money. But they will come and tax you. Say there is no money. They should tax you. Then why are you borrowing money? I said this prepaid meter, they have borrowed money twice to provide it for Nigerians. Right. Yet there is no meter. They prefer estimated bill. Tomorrow now they come and you are owing 2 million naira. Nobody. How did you consume 2 million naira?
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Nigeria phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversation that we have today. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. That is 0700 903 903 903. You can also call the WhatsApp line 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That is the WhatsApp line. You can call that line both on WhatsApp and on direct call. So it will be easy for you, right? Both on call on direct, WhatsApp on direct call, right? Okay, so if you're just joining us, let me run you through the hot topics we've had this evening very quickly. I did tell you earlier that NEC reveals September report on national grid, and they said that electricity is cheaper in Nigeria than neighboring African countries. This is according to Distribution Company of Nigeria. But I also told you that incessant grid collapse, NERC fixes October 24 for public area. Oh yeah, come and talk your own. Why you think say the thing they collapse anyhow?
Even please, are you the one to come and tell them why the grid collapse? Can you just imagine?
Barrister Darlington, I didn't finish that story.
I heard it yesterday now in the news. They said it. I said I will now come to tell you why the grid collapse. I be me. Am I working with you?
Okay, sir.
Did not. It is me now who will come and tell you that these people don't want to do anything. It is only when you come that the grid will stop collapsing. Abi? Okay. They don't know the reason.
All right. So still in the news this evening on the hot topic. FG will end farmer header clashes in Plateau State soon. Defense Minister said so. And anti-graft war. You are feeling the heat. EFCC mocks critics. Ooh, you people are feeling the heat. Barrister Darlington.
Which heat?
EFCC is telling them. Critics.
Who?
Those people that are saying that they should disband EFCC. Ooh, it's because our work is working.
Who and who now?
Barrister Darlington, let me finish now.
Who did they catch?
They're telling critics.
Yahoo boy that jumped inside Laguna.
Okay. Go on. Nigeria's Winston Churchill. I envy him. Go on. Nigeria's Winston Churchill. I envy him. This is credited to Olusegun Obasanjo. And I also told you that Dangote refinery in court seeking annulment of import licenses to NNPCL and other companies, including NNPCL, Matrix Petroleum Limited, and AA Rano. Say, why Onagode import jet, AFL, and AGO when they produce beyond the Nigerian daily consumption? Why? Onago collect license so they import those same. In fact, Nigerian midstream and downstream, come and explain to us. Phone lines are open, Lagos. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello, pray.
Sir, you're welcome.
Dale Baba, Obowo United. I agree to no wahala. Precious agree.
Sir, I greet you too, sir. Obi Daddy.
How are you today?
Hi, Obi Mo, I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome.
How are you
Am
today,
I fine?
Precious?
Let's just say that I'm fine.
I wanted to be from Oyibo. You say you be Onibo. From Umukoro, you say you be Umukoro. Let me forgive you. It's not your fault. But you are completely Igbo.
You'll be all right. You're going to be all right.
Because he remains small from you for calling Yola. Now your head is straight. No problem. So let me tell go on. You see, I'm not laughing at anybody. Go to the east now. Everywhere, Plateau people everywhere. Love, karma is really in life. Karma is. I have 5 of them in my house in the village, with wife and children. They are running out. So nobody should hit his chest in this country. Nobody knows where will happen tomorrow. So we accept ourselves, and like Darlington. They prepare to come and release me from Krikro. I bought meter 2015. They said I should change it again, buy another one, because I will carry the NEPA man and knock his head in my house on the ground. If anything happens to him, he come and bail me. I will not buy again. Or here it now. I won't buy meter again 220. When I bought my meter, I paid for it. I will not do it. Let them come to my house in Maryland, and I take it. No problem.
Oh, sorry, Obi, take it easy now. Obi, Adekwama.
Everybody the para.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Obi, don't kill anybody.
Yes, good evening, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, what's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
This is Jim Silver.
This is who?
Jim Silver.
Jim Silver.
Calling from Igondo.
You're welcome, Jim. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Let me tell you something. When you see a leader full of corruption, there is no how it can even control the followers. I'm telling you the truth. From president down to the governor, all of them are scam.
All of them are what? No. See, you're on the radio now.
Let me check.
You take it back. You censor your words, okay? Please.
I'm Yoruba. I must tell you the truth. Okay. I must tell you the truth. What is going on in Nigeria? We are not happy about it. This issue now, it's not a matter of maybe you are from North or you are from South or whatever. Are you getting it?
Yes, I can hear you.
But when you see a leader, that is very okay, very clean, that has no any corruption whatever, he will be able to control his membership. And he will be able to do something very well in a country. But can you see today? See what is going on? We are not happy about what is happening at all. I'm going to tell you the truth. Thank you very much.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, if you call me, you have just 2 minutes to air your thoughts and reactions.
Vote right in 2027.
Phone lines are still open 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Hi, Joval. How are you?
You know that I'm not fine, Precious. Good evening, and I hope you're fine too. Good evening to Barrister
If you're not fine, how can I be fine, Joval? It's you now.
Let me greet the woman at the back here. It's important I greet her. She's doing a good job producing well.
Thank you.
Promise, good evening.
Thank you. She can
Precious, you're doing well.
Thank you.
You're doing well. Barrister Darlington, please permit me to say that history remains man's best friend when properly kept. In another way, history remains man's worst enemy when not properly kept. No wonder this government or the government of Muhammadu Buhari and Coup decided to stop teaching history in school.
Exactly.
See the story about this Biafran war?
That is it. They don't want you to know the truth. They are hiding it.
A lot of people have actually misplaced that story. We have a story, or we have the information about how that queue started. What actually led to that queue. In fact, Barrister Darlington, if you move further, you also tell Nigerians who care to listen and who want to know how Akintola and Awolowo also went when Zeke won a particular election. And you see this ethnocentrism. This thing is too much.
That was the seed of tribalism. Yes. They would not talk
making
about
Nigeria to work. In fact, the decision that Nigeria will never work started as at that time, 1959, by Darlington. You remember that story very well.
You are very correct.
So, now the issue of Biafran war that happened, that queue was originated not by an Igbo man, somebody from South. Nigerians should go and verify that history. Now, talking about eulogizing the man, go on. You see, it is very simple at age 90. The problem is that I had expected that at this point in time, when a man has reached an age, he should be able not to be afraid of anything. If you want to that 3 hour, if you wanted that 3 hour to work, you should have just tendered apology to anybody offended, especially the people of Biafra. You see, this war happened, Igbos died. A lot of people died, but Igbos died very much than that issue you are talking about, how Igbos were massacred. People should go and find out this story so that they will understand. And the government should begin to allow history to be taught in school. If history will not be taught in school, let the parents who know the history tell their children the story. And it's because they believe that if the truth is told, history is taught properly, they are afraid that it will provoke anger tomorrow. Now that they have not taught history, are the people happy today?
I wonder.
Everybody is not happy. Everybody is angry. Nobody understands anything. Down to how even after that queue, how Gowon wanted to Nigeria to part ways. It is in the story. We should go and verify.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Promise, there's not much time, but I thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, Barrister. Good night.
Well done, Joe.
Good evening.
Well done, Precious, there was one man called Harold Smith. He was the last Governor General of the North. You know what he said at 80? CBS interviewed him. He said that there is something that is worrying him in his mind. that at 80 he's near his grave, that he want to say the truth about what they did in Nigeria. I have the interview, I have it. He said that when they were leaving Nigeria, that the North was not majority in number. They only handed over to them because they believe that they can control the North. The North don't know anything, this and that. That if they are given to the South, they wouldn't have been able to control Nigeria. And Nigeria would have developed more than this. I said I have the interview, Harold Smith. What does that tell you, Precious? No, what does that revelation tell you? These are part of the history.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Precious.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
C2, good evening to you once more today. Go ahead.
But it's a Darlington, good evening, my senior brother.
Well done, my brother.
What I want you to do is keep speaking the truth. We, the youth, now of Igbo youth, have known the truth. We pay a lot of money. If you want to know the truth, meet the, Nigeria always think that Igbo people are stupid, but we pay a lot of money to international community that bring out some evidence Nigeria have never laid their hand to the. If we table it out, we are waiting for the right time to table it out. Even people are counting 3 million of Igbo youth to kill. It's more than that. It's more than that. We have the evidence. Now, let me go to the reason why I call. You see, there are some things Igbo people always do. Sometimes when I look at our people, I ask ourselves, did they think that if Mbone, Ejike and Co are cowards, those of them that is running up and down now, are they going to be the way they are today? Gowon himself, every time they interview him, if you look at it very well, Precious, Igbo people, okay, if I told that we have grudges, let me put this thing to bear. After killing Igbo people on their own, Gowon brought this war, but we move out and go everywhere in so-called Nigeria and start doing our business and mount market and start doing it. Did you think that we have grudges against Nigeria? Then we move out and go and live our life peacefully and say, okay, let bygone be bygone.
Right.
But still, they have never even give us peace.
Oh, Situ.
Every time they interview Gowon will make comment that will trigger us.
Situ,
go and check
you.
even the last.
I appreciate you.
Precious, please, can I round up in 30 seconds?
Now you've done your 2 minutes.
Please, I beg your pardon. Anytime they interview Gowon, he will must bring comments that are going to trigger something. But Peter Obi is our father. I don't want to say something bad, but I will have tell him off. But let it be for another day. But the history cannot be. We go and look at Okuta panel where they were asking Northerner, is this one who you call his name now? Is he an Igbo man? Is he an Igbo man? He said he's an Igbo while he's a Yoruba man. Precious, thank you.
I appreciate you, Situ. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir? And where are you calling from?
Okay,
I didn't get your name, but just go ahead, sir.
Oscar.
Oscar, okay, your line is bad. Go ahead,
It's
sir.
a long time, Oscar. Where did you go to?
Somebody stole my radio.
You said what? They stole your radio.
Why would they collect your radio from you now?
You don't reach like that. Oh my God. Tell your village people to contribute money and buy you another one.
Your line is bad.
Oh,
your line
God.
is bad. It's very bad. We can't hear you. Can you try to call us back, please? Apologies. Hello, good evening.
Oscar, where you never call since.
Oh dear. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
My honorable Dr. Barrister Darlington,
That's that.
my man of the year.
How you doing?
Thank God, sir. And our APC spokeslady, our market. Hope you are enjoying your government.
You too. Hope you are enjoying the dividends of our administration.
Not continue your.
You see, after hailing me, now network came to show you Shege that you cannot be doing that. So Dayo, you have to call back. Hello, good evening.
The line is bad, Dayo.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening and welcome.
Oh, my dear. My name is
Hey.
Your name is Ahamefula coming from where?
Hello?
Your name is Ahamefula calling from where?
Yes,
hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
it's better now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I am Kenneth Amade Ahamefula from Oshodi.
You're welcome, Mr. Kenneth.
Yes, I want to air some views. There are so many things that our Igbo people, I'm an Igbo man from Delta State.
Okay.
I can never deny my Igbo-ness.
Okay.
See, some of our Igbo brothers from the southeast, they are making a lot of mistakes. It will be wishing go on, happy birthday. P2B is a statesman, is a patriot, is a Nigerian patriot. So he's a patriotic Nigerian. We should not blame him for doing so. And he's not going to rule the Igbos. He's going to rule Nigeria. He's not going to be a Nigerian Igbo president. He's going to be a Nigerian president.
Is he the only person that has
our
greeted
Igbo people are making a lot of mistakes.
All right.
Why should they be keeping grudges? After all, P2B is a knight of the church. So the Christian teaches us to forgive and forget. If we cannot forgive,
thank you.
How can we make heaven?
He stated the same thing.
Some of our people
he reacted to this and he stated the same thing.
It makes me, I am not happy with some of the callers.
Thank you. Thank you.
With their statements. Keeping grudges, malice. Okay, look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Everywhere, insecurities here and there. In the southeast, insecurity. Some people are making statements that are causing problems here and there. P2B this, P2B that.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. You've hit your 2 minutes, sir. You've hit your 2 minutes, sir.
Precious.
All right, sir.
Precious.
Sir?
Have you seen why I quarrel with people?
Sir?
You don't look at the action, you only look at the reaction. If Gowon did not come up with this, how we crushed them, how we did this, please, will anybody react? Please answer me. Have you not noticed, just like somebody say, every time Gowon will be beating his with ebullience, he'll be talking on how he crush. Is that what he's supposed to be saying at his age? How can such a statement bring goodwill?
All right,
you hold somebody and you are still, rubbing it on his face.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Precious, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
This is Remy from Makoka.
Remy, hi. How are you?
Remy, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Remy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, though. I'm fine. Two things. I think we need to understand when a bait is being thrown at Nigerians. Nigerians need to understand this as soon as possible. That we won't get distracted easily. We are going through a lot in this country. China today, people they wish go on happy birthday. Is it just celebrating birthday yesterday?
I wonder.
Yesterday was October 2020. Sorry, we did commemorate 2020. Yes. Well, I've been distracted talking about the birthday that happened and all that. We are going through hell in this country. What is his name? Wike came up with his kit as usual. So we've been chewing on either Obi's comment or what's his name, Wike, for the past 2 days now. How about the hell we are going through? So they understand how to distract us with mundane things.
My dear brother, I bought fuel last week, so I can't forget that easily. And I'm buying
you can imagine that is just you.
Not only that, the Lekki commemoration, look at how they dance it.
Exactly.
Nobody's talking about it now. Even what they did, which is another
matter. Arrested some of them.
Took them to Panti CID. Yes. So you can see how they have made it look like. Meanwhile, international community, is comment that the way they treated and tear gas those youth is wrong, but the federal government
need to really wake up. We need to wake up and understand when they understand how to go about it. They drop something on the terrestrial media to distract us, and they go to the social media as well. Those are shouting Obi up and down. They were not the one who voted to be. Go and check their records. They were the anti-obese. So why are they taking it as if it's something else? So we shouldn't be distracted. People are hungry, precious. People are going through hell. At times I can't walk on the street. I need to go and take probably the other street because pocket. How much I get? How many people have you give money?
My dear brother.
At times you have to just hide somewhere. People are going through it. People who never came to you before, who had their jobs going well for them, are now coming to you for help. You can imagine. We are going through hell, and it's not about tribe. The suffering is not picking by tribes. It's not tribal based. Good evening.
Thank you.
Good evening, my brother.
Thank you. All right.
I wish they would listen.
I wish we all do and listen. Okay, so let me take some WhatsApp messages because I have got, I hope, so many of mine. All right, so many messages here. Let me begin with this. Adeyemi Kamuro from Satellite and says, when the rest of the nation is upset with Peter Obi, but the mainstream is happy with him, Peter Obi does not mind that. That is why he carefully avoids saying anything that may upset them. For example, he has refused to condemn the killing in the southeast and condemn the sit at home every Monday as he does in other parts of the country. Peter Obi, Adeyemi, you'll be all right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. I think Blackman has challenged of the Blackman has a challenge of transparency, and as such dwells so much in secrecy. Otherwise, as a public figure in the society, anything about you is in public domain. Why hiding when you're sick? Apostle Perry from Egan sent in that message. Good evening, VOP. I beg, help me. I want.
Good.
Okay, all right then. And this is good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. All right, please, Dangote should export his products and allow who want to import product to import. If buying from abroad will be cheaper than Dangote's products, then let it be. After all, till now, Dangote has not told us how much he sells his fuel. After promises to do so on October 1st, both Dangote and government are the problem of Nigeria and Nigerians. Ajiri from Badagry sent in that. And then NMDPR granting license to other companies to import fuel into the country. Not fuel, AGO and Jet A. What is his problem? Does he want to monopolize this country industry the same way he succeeded in monopolizing the cement industry and some other products in the country? He is businessman and he will never support the deregulation of the downstream sector. Going to court is a waste of time and resources. Adams Oluwatoyin from Ijibu sent in
that is a PIA.
And then this says that what time will this bandit stuff end in Nigeria? Because it's like we are not telling ourselves the truth. Kenechiko from First Stack. Let me see. Okay, so all right, and then this here says Amechi from Afoluku says Erudite Darlington, good evening, and the VOP family. On Dangote, NNPCL and FG, there can be solution as long as corruption still prevail in the government. On Middle Belt problem with headers, what's the role of some Benue State politicians in Abuja like George Akume? Akume was an insider in APC from Buhari time to Tinubu time. When Otom was waging war against headsmen, they were only interested in taking power from Otom. Now they have successfully taken power. The age-long problem are still there. Wow. And then you said what again? You said politicians are seriously the problem that we problem everywhere. I weep for. You weep for what now? I weep for the common man. May God save us.
Even Ali as a reverend father, I was thinking he'll be talking to God directly.
But people, they have the reverend. Was it the reverended?
Yes, now in Ebeno, is it not a reverend father?
But people have the reverended him.
Don't
mind the language. Excuse my language.
Is he married now?
It was for the fun of it. Okay, I thought it was T.Y. Danjuma that was Agui Irunsi's ADC, not Go One.
Is it Danjuma?
I may be wrong. The person that took bullets for Babangida was the ADC, Colonel UK Bello.
In fact, my company that time went to install when she came out with the UK Bello Memorial Hall. My company installed a dish there, that big dish. But when that day was raining, we went to put it there in Niger State. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. Kone UK Bello is different from Kone Sally Bello.
Yeah,
two different people.
Exactly, yeah.
Just so you know. Okay. And then let me continue your message. You know, say please let them tear Adidiji Street in the Tower, Adidiji Street in Itire. All the adjoining streets have been tarred and begging the government to do so.
Are you APC or PDP?
Is your street APC or PDP? Your mouth is not paying you. APC woman leader. I'm enjoying your show. Kindly tell Barrister Darlington I'm enjoying him whenever he's on radio. Hope to be like him soon. Precious. To be frank with you, I'm proud of you guys. Do not stop educating us and getting us informed. Gabriel from Hope Estate sent in that message. Good evening, Precious. The federal government aren't sincere by calling the Fulani headsmen who are killing innocent farmers as clash. Farmer header clash. And OBJ praising Gowon. He's a king crowning chief in East Side Smallest River from Iwohan, Ike.
Precious, please. Sir. You see, this is one of the things I'm telling you about propaganda. Look at how these Fulani killer herdsmen who are killing people, look at how they carefully call it clash. They call it clash. Look at people that are carrying AK-47 to shoot and kill people. They say clash. Look at the propaganda. They refuse to call it the actual name, just to make them look as if it's a two fighting. Pressure two fighting for a man who's carrying AK-47. And these are propaganda Nigerians are buying. By the time they will tell the story many years to come, they say, Fulani, we had header clash. Farmer header clash. Anybody see it when you say, well, it's a minority, it's a clash. Not knowing that this is ethnic cleansing. Clear ethnic cleansing. These are propaganda I'm telling you about. By the time some of them will write the book on it, they will call it clash.
All right, so moving into other issues. Esther, okay, my name is Precious. He said, good evening, all right. At Darlington, in all the house, please, does all these so-called power holders in this country still believe Nigeria is still, people are still living in fool's world? Okay, so he said that the politician or political class comes out to tell us what they want us to hear and expect us to just swallow all of it.
Have you not swallowed it?
No wonder Rotimi Amechi said that we're getting away with all this because we're not stoning them. A day is coming. Maggie Onibo from Oshodi sent in that message. And this here says the history is this man talking about it. This is a public radio, for God's sake. Now, wow. Okay. You see, Agui Irunsi was marched into the bush. Okay, that's the Bello, talking about Bello being the aide de camp. Yeah, Sani Bello being aide de camp to Agui. Good evening, Precious.
Where was he?
So he said this says Colonel Williams Waba was Gowon's ADC, Emeka from Abason Estate. Okay, so we're seeing different.
Yeah, exactly. You know, this ADC, they are not permanent, Precious. We are talking of the last ADC he had. The last ADC. Did he die before his Oga? That is the question here. Did he die before his Oga?
But you had mentioned that Gowon was.
That's what I'm saying. No, people are. Look at how many names they have come up with. That means at different points, this thing happened. He cannot remain with one ADC. It's not possible. Like they changed the CSO to Tinubu now. If somebody wants to tell the story tomorrow, he may be calling this old one, forgetting that he has been changed to the new one. Is that not true, Precious?
Okay. So, let's quickly run through some more messages. I'm compelled to express concern about Mr. Anosike's comments, which I believe were detrimental to... Okay,
when?
Okay, apologies. All right, so this here says, good evening, Precious Miss John from Ijaniki. I disagree with your guess. Gowon was not Irons's ADC. He was chief of army staff, not ADC. No matter how your guest puts it, the first coup was an Igbo coup. Can he tell us why Zik, Opara, and Ironsi were spared? I have read all the books, including Alexander Madiubu book. Your guest is not saying the truth.
It's a lie. It's a lie. Precious. Sir? Those people were not spared. The people who were supposed to go and carry out the thing, their own, because they divided them. They made a mistake. In fact, one of them had to ride on a bicycle before he could go there. The thing has already leaked. And these people escaped. So how is it the problem of, after all, the coup plotters were all from all Nigeria? north to southwest to southeast. It was not one particular ethnic group. Why did they not say it is an Igbo coup? That's my question. Go and look at those people who carried out those coups. Are they Igbos?
Okay.
Chief Michael Zekoma have said it. When he was giving a lecture, I was not last year or so. I mean, the history is there. Don't distort it. It was never an Igbo coup.
Okay, so to be frank, it's not from you alone that I've heard that it wasn't an Igbo coup. Okay, so moving on. Darling Singh, please educate them. My grandfather was involved in the war. He told us stories about the war every day. He said there was a bomb they invented during the war. Not even after he said, and even after the war, some people from the north still came to the east to kill the Igbos, even after the war. He said, blessed memories to my grandfather who fought, whether they liked it or not. Biafra must Okay, I'm not saying that. I take that back, please. Okay, moving on to this message now. This here says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington and the VOP. Import license giving to import fuel, and 4 vessels of imported fuel arrived ports this morning, despite the fact that Dangote has promised Nigeria to supply our local needs. For how long are we going to continue importation of PMS? Did the government know that this massive importation is akin to the downfall of our Naira? How can we strengthen the Naira with this manner of policy somersault of this administration? If Nigerians continue to lament from now till thy kingdom come as what's happening in the oil industry, nothing will happen. It is now a taboo for anybody to call for protests for fear of being charged for terrorism in the country, or treason in the country. Let Nigerians stay at home and boycott the fuel filling stations for now until the Minister of Petroleum explains to us what is going on in the oil industry, because the more we look, the less we are seeing. Is it a curse to be a Nigerian? We are all fed up with the anti-people policies of this present administration. Stephen Akimbisola from Ijego sent in this message. This is very worrisome. He said about 4 vessels of imported petroleum products arrived the country this morning from perhaps he works at the wharf, and this is very worrisome. But it's a Darlington, news had it that Wale Tinubu and some others were shortlisted as I think the top 3 or top 4 people who were to buy Trinidad National Refinery.
Yes.
And then there's still this mortar issue going on. And then people are already gossiping that one of the reasons why the importation cannot stop is because of interests that are vast.
No, when you say these things now, Precious, somebody will find a way. Hey, Dangote is supplying us fuel. Look at what is going on. Where did that fuel now that landed at the port, where did it come from? Precious, where did it come from? Which refinery abroad?
Okay, all right, I appreciate you. And then this message here says, good afternoon, Mr. Precious and Barrister Darlington. Say, Barrister Darlington is cracking my ribs open. Estimated elder statesman getting charged estimated billing. Probably Barrister Darlington has some gods using Thunderbolts voltage in his house. They say some of your village gods. That's Thunderbolts voltage they use there. Faulkner. And then good evening, Barrister Darlington and Madam Precious. The level of extortion from these PHCN guys is mind-blowing. They brought an estimated billing of 430k for a 3-bedroom apartment in my neighborhood for a family of 5. Husband and wife goes to work Monday to Friday, while the children also go to school Monday to Friday. So how they want you spend 430,000 naira for billing? I'm wondering how they consume such amount in 1 month. Wonsu Paul from Agodasu Relay sent in that message.
My own is even small.
430,000.
My own is small, Precious.
Oh, wow. And okay. Okay, this is Barrister Darlington. It says, thanks for the enlightenment on the citizens with some vital information. Thanks, please. The amount to get prepaid meter kept increasing silently, time after time, from 85,000 naira to 125. Now it's 137,000. Now, wow. Also, Barrister, please, is it IPOB of Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB of Samuel Ekwa that is declaring compulsory sit at home in Imo State for 5 days? Moy from Surulere sent in that message. And then this here says, good evening, Precious and Darlington. This one Nigerian noise, Precious, please talk to me. How many of us in this country, Nigeria is benefiting as it is right now? What are we benefiting? Would it have been better if we had... Okay, all right, I rest my case. I can't read that. And this says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington now. And General Irunsi's ADC was not accurate as seen below. Major General Johnson Thomas Omonakwe Agui Irunsi, head of state, Supreme General Agui Irunsi had 3 ADCs serving concurrently, one each from the Army, Navy, and Air Force. ADC Lieutenant Sani Bello, and Sani Bello became colonel and governor of Kano State. He is the father of present governor of Niger State. So, President, I was right when I said Sani Bello.
But they said
if this report is correct.
They said
Nigeria's, the other ones were from Navy and other military apparatus.
Precious.
Sir?
The question here is, your ADC, did he die with his Oga?
Okay, so that means you have to take you have to take one out of that equation because it wasn't there.
No, he
was.
He was. Okay. Maybe somebody is trying to be crafty.
Okay, so this says, Precious, before the show, I thought you would ask him about the lashing of PO has been receiving, but you asked from that of Obasanjo. I was wondering what Mr. Darlington's comments would have been on PO shoring needless praises and eulogizing, eulogies, which I see as politically an insult and mockery to millions of Igbos massacred under the watch of Gowon. How can anyone praise him? If others, for mischievous reasons, are congratulating him, well, you said a lot, but then that is because P2P had already responded to that question, where he did say that one way to show the spirit of sportsmanship is to truly forgive and forget, and that to be the bigger person and to show that he's forgiving, he has to make the move to congratulate him.
Besides,
I think he responded to that already. So was there any need to regurgitate that?
P2B cannot talk like any other person. Being a national leader, he will not come into public into vent his anger and start cursing Gowon. That
he killed Igbo people. All right. Hello, good evening.
The Gowon that said it knows himself now.
All right. Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is
Your name is what?
Alabi from Yanokwaja.
Mr. Alabi, you're welcome. Go ahead, please, sir.
I greet your blessed.
He can hear you.
Well done.
Please, I want to ask a question. Those people who are saying that Peter Obi should not apologize, who are beating before for greeting Gowon for the birthday wish. So I want to say something. If the first military coup in this country is not done by an Igbo man, then the apology they are saying that they want not supposed to give, then no problem. If an Igbo man has not killed before the Civil War, then they should not accept the apology from Gowon. But if the military coup that said that the first set of failures in this Nigeria done by the Agui University, an Igbo man. If though he's dead now, let Igbos who are alive now, let them also walk up and apologize. You see, what I'm trying to say is that nobody is the same. Peter Obi is very. That was why, as a Yoruba man, I voted for that man in the last election because of the way he just thinks.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Apologies for keeping you on hold. Good evening.
Be pushed straight. That's all.
Yeah, good evening, Precious and Maz Darlington. This is Maz Richard from Germany. You do know why we're still battling over Biafra and Nigeria? It's because of what General Gowon did after the Civil War. If they had really, he had really reconciled with the Igbos or the Biafrans, because when they say Igbos, I laugh, because even the last general of Biafra was Philip Effiong. He wasn't an Igbo man. No. You know that's why they just destroyed the history, because a lot of people from Akwa Ibom, from Calabar, they were obedient Biafrans. Now they make it Igbo something. Igbo. Yeah. A lot of. I told you my mother is from Ikure, from River State. I know what my mom and the sisters went through, So all this, when they say Biafra Igbo, I just laugh. And secondly, I live in Germany here, where they fought the First World War, Second World War. And if you come here, there's a television that shows you every atrocity that the Hitler committed. There's a television here, so that the people will the children will listen and hear and learn history, so that they will not repeat it again. Yeah. But in Nigeria, they kept it so secretly. In fact, recently, few years ago, if you talk about Biafra, they will arrest you. This is evil, and as long as there is no reconciliation, pressure, please. Finally,
your time is up.
Look at Rwanda. Why Rwanda is so? Because Rwanda they came together and say sorry to each other. That's why Rwanda is today an exemplary.
Thank you.
Good night from here.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
My brother.
Hello.
When we say this and they will not listen.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I Barrister, I agree to you.
Well done, my brother.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? What's your name, sir?
My name is Boyesen, and I'm calling from Afromedia.
You're welcome, Boyesen. Go ahead, quickly.
Thank you. You see, I've always listened to Barrister. Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Okay. I've always listened to him. And all what he's been saying is just the truth, that bitter truth that this government would not like to listen to. And I implore Nigerians to listen to this man, because what he's telling us is just that bitter truth that some people will not like to listen.
All right.
And as for the fuel issue, until the president is ready to tell us the truth about what is happening in the oil industry. Otherwise, we are just perambulating.
Okay.
The truth is yet to be told.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Going back to some messages. Mr. Darlington, I have plenty of messages.
Didn't your president said he will reshuffle cabinet?
He's back now. And so it's with time. Let's give it some time. And then this says, Precious, Mr. Darlington on. Okay, don't agree. Someone can tell you your story. Go and research. You know where you came from, and it's Delta. Here is Anambra, but we know where we come from. We are one people. We came from Delta. I don't understand your point. I don't understand you really, but I appreciate you all the same. Yeah. And all right, this here says Austin from Malaba says Obasanjo is dreaming to compare Gowon with Wilson Churchill. I rest my case. And then this says, good evening, Barrister Darlington, Precious and Promise. Thank God I am on my way to airport going to Bangladesh. I hope I will be getting your station over there. Take care of Nigeria. Kenneth from NNPC eligible. You will get our station. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and get us. And then yesterday, I was on a call with my friend in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. The price of a bag of rice is about 27 to 35k in Naira. Now, the house rent for a month there is about 380k in Naira. This is monthly. The question you will ask is, how much are people paying monthly in Ivory Coast? Are people paid monthly in Ivory Coast compared to Nigeria? If you consider other African countries in terms of cost of things, don't forget to consider how much their salaries are. Compare the earning power of people in those locations and that of Nigeria too. Fortunate Hugo Davia from Ago Palace sent in that message.
They will not, they will not compare.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
They will select what they want to hear.
Hello. Oh dear, I lost you. Okay, so this here says what now? Okay, it says set someone. Okay, you read it without. I'm not reading that message. I won't read it. Please. I agree. So Dangote is serious. So he should crash his prices. That's when we would know if he is serious. Tunip from Ikorodu. He will not cover his overhead. Can you please advise your guest, Barrister Darlington, to always say the truth while on national radio rather than deceiving gullible Nigerians?
Are you serious?
Please, Darlington. They say you should stop laughing because the issue on ground is a very serious matter.
Are you serious?
Okay, and then this here says, please, I don't know what is wrong with the NEPA people. I paid 2 months' bill, and to my greatest surprise, they came today and cut my line. When I confront them, they told me that they didn't check their records properly. If they try it next time, I will cut one of their heads and use it for white soup. Joseph from Michelle. You guys stop being silly, please. Dear Precious, how on earth would people still put hope on election in Nigeria? Yes, we can put hope in election in Nigeria. And then, lots of messages. This here says Dangote can stop usurp the downstream oil sector in Nigeria as well as oil imports. Chisco, I took a message now. He said the same privilege you earn from the FG should be given to willing and capable Nigerians to explore the oil business as yourself. Therefore, FG is expected to decentralize the oil sector, get rid of monopoly, and make the fuel business competitive for all and sundry nationwide. Chisco from Ijego sent in that. Okay. And then this here says, good evening, President Barrister Darlington. Continue to speak truth to power. Our major challenge is corruption, and the politicians all know it. Until we pass a bill to kill corrupt officials with guillotine when we aren't ready. He said, we're never ready. President Darlington, we'll not go past that bill. Corruption is not stealing some millions and billions. So when people have not stolen trillions.
Precious.
Sir, I have more messages. Sorry, sir.
Okay,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Ubi from Oshodi says, my take this evening is, you see, is Nigeria. We have MPF and army is telling the youth that they remain committed to the presidents that appointed them in the Western world. You hardly hear any forces saying this. Police are made to protect people and crimes, while army are made to protect the lives and property and not interfere in political affiliation. Ubi ego
external aggression. External aggression.
And then this here says, I'm Jerry from Onikbetese. I really need Onikbetese. You say you really need a job. Please help. I don't have. If anybody has a job, they should tell you. Okay. Tony Anele from Ijego says, as far as Nigerians are concerned, any policy not faithfully implemented is as good as no policy in the first place, like we have seen with present government, which is worse than the one before. Remember the one on brown rice, red rice, prohibition of imported duties and foodstuffs, drugs coming on mainstream. But it's a Darlington. We've not seen those ones that they would say will cut off tariff or no.
I thought they said they started implementing.
Have you bought it cheaper?
But what? But
drugs.
what?
Because they said we're going to remove tariff on some selected items, some grains, rice, and other stuff.
Go to them and see. Call Madam Quality.
Madam Quality, hey, Barrister Darlington. Speaking about Madam Quality, you know that day, do you remember how much she said she was going to sell rice for people?
95, I'll be what?
It's 90,000, she said.
90, okay.
And I remember I asked her about a particular brand of rice, and she said that even that brand of rice and other rice, that it will be that same price. But some people whom I gave numbers to her, to query, said she told them that it's now 95,000 for rice, and that if they want those other rice, but if they want those quality of rice I mentioned, let me know market for them, that they cannot buy it 95,000. I think it's 100, 105 or so. And I'm wondering,
what's the difference?
That's what I said. I'm wondering then, what's the difference about telling people to come and buy from you when you're not making the price any cheaper? So, Madam Quality, that particular thing, I don't enjoy it about you. It looks like you used me to utilize our platform to market and not be sincere to people. But Barrister Darlington will come back to her.
Let the woman. The thing can rise overnight.
But she promised that the reason she's telling them to pay in now, to come in now and plug in, is no matter how much the price increases, that because she's expecting a consignment, she'll give them at the same price. That was what she said here on air now. And me, I like to be true to all concerned, so that tomorrow you not say I deceived you to go and buy something, or somebody used my medium to deceive you. Anyway, we have Sunday Okoye in the house.
What was expecting? Custom intervened and money exchanged hands. You have to recover.
Then don't tell us that no matter the amount from now till December, you give people that price of 90,000. That's what she said here on air. Did you not hear it that day? She said it here on air.
There's no way else can.
Then don't use our platform to tell us that people should pay in plug in, that from now till December, even if they pay small, you give them that price, please, so that will be fair.
Madam Quality.
If anything happens, just say that depending on what happens in Nigeria.
Yes.
So we know eventualities. My brother from Future Homes, Future Steps Home. Did that to the that in Okuruda day.
Yes.
So now the doubting has come to play.
You are using my time.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Lagos. My name is Sunday Okechukwu from Future Step Homes and Property. I'm here with my usual good news on how to own, even if it's a plot of land, because if you want to be a millionaire, you have to start from now. And the best place to invest and the best thing to invest in is in real estate, in a landed property, because they not depreciate, instead always appreciate. So I will start by mentioning the areas that we have our properties. I will start from the one at Abowa Ikorodu, Precious City, the wonderful land that we are selling at Ikorodu, 900,000 naira now, very soon to hit 1.2 million naira. So if I'm where you now, we grab the opportunity now and pay 900,000 naira with initial deposit of 300,000 naira, spread the remaining one for the next 3 months. So there is an opportunity. There is no excuse. Don't say until you gather the 900,000 naira. So with your initial deposit of 300,000 naira, stand a chance of becoming a landlord. Because I do tell people, for you to be a lord, you need to own a land so that they can call you landlord. The number to call us this evening is 070-363-40587. 070-363-40587. So call us. Let's take you for inspection at Abowa Ikorodu. Our property is just a few minutes away from the Abowa roundabout and less than 7 minutes away from Caleb University. Also, Last Protect University is around that area. Don't forget the Mortar Rice Mill is there, and Fort Mainland Bridge is coming to that area. In fact, a whole lot of things are coming to Abowa. If I'm where you are, we take this opportunity, because I do tell people, don't wait to buy land and wait. You see, we look at those places that a development is hitting and that infrastructures are going. We go there, buy and wait. We don't wait to buy. We buy and wait, so that when those things, infrastructure hit that area, when the price go high, you start selling and be reaping high. Call our phone number, which is 070-363-40587. 070-363-40587. Call us this night so that or we can book for inspection for you. Let me quickly take you to the oil state. I'm talking about the city of Delta State, Sabah. Precisely, I will have a Swiss garden located at Ibuzo, very lucrative location, few minutes away from the Admiralty University, less than 10 minutes away from Coca Junction, and also less than 10 minutes away from Asaba International Airport, just 15 minutes away from Asaba Shop Ride, and also about 20 minutes away from Niger Bridge. It's a very good location. In fact, you need to come and see where we are talking. How much are we selling it? We are still selling it for 2.5 million naira. The next move now will be wonderful. Those people that have paid 2.5 million now, they are going to reap very big in few weeks to come. I'm talking of about more than $1 million naira increment is going to add on Swiss Garden. So take the opportunity now. The number to call us is 070-363-40587. 070-363-40587. So you don't wait to buy. This is the right time to invest so that you can reap big. You want to be a millionaire, invest in landed property so that at your old age you won't turn to liability to your children. You young girl, you are busy enjoying Bone Street and the Brazilian Hell and iPhone 14 and you don't have a plot of land. I don't know how your old age is going to be. So
are you saying that some people are carrying plots of land on their heads?
More than plot of land on their head, and some are holding it on the phone and they don't have anything on their head. So take the opportunity today. Call us today so that we can take you from so you see where we are talking about. Our office address is located at number 27 Muritola Mohammed International Airport Road by 7A beside First Bank. Our website is www.futurestephomes.com. Instagram futurestep_home, and there is Facebook Future Step Homes and Properties Limited. So call us today 070-363-40587 so that you enjoy in future.
All right, thank you so much, Sunday. Okay, and because that's the size of our packages. Thank you to everyone who's made it a success. I love you guys. I appreciate you. No parting shots. You can follow us as like your village people. It's at Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. That's my most active social media, and I respond to your messages. And that same email address, you can send me a message to preciousenyitv@gmail.com. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing. Have yourself an amazing evening. Good night.